Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we're not just going to go through some boring old grammar lesson. Nope, we are going to master the art of storytelling. And believe it or not, the most important tool you're going to need is the simple past tense.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You want to share a funny memory from last weekend or talk about some big life event. Being able to talk about the past is how we connect with each other, how we share who we are.
And that's exactly why we're here. Think of the simple past as your #1 most powerful storytelling tool. It is literally the key that unlocks all those memories and experiences you want to share. So come on, let's open up that toolkit and see how this thing really works.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can start building these amazing stories, we really need to understand our main tool. What is the simple past? And what does it actually do?
Honestly, it's pretty simple. The simple past is for anything and everything that is completely over. It started in the past, and this is the key part, it ended in the past. It's done, it's finished. That is the one core idea you need to remember.
So when exactly do we pull this tool out? Well, it's perfect for specific, completed actions, like I visited Paris last year. It's also great for past facts that just aren't true anymore, you know? People believed the earth was flat. Or for habits you used to have. I played outside every day. And for storytelling, this is the big one, a sequence of events. He opened the door and sat down. See that? That one little sentence tells a complete, tiny story.
All right, so we get what it is. Now, let's check out the blueprints. How do we actually put the sentences together to tell our stories?
Good news. For positive statements, the blueprint is super easy. You just take the verb and you change it to its past form. Watch becomes watched. She watched a movie yesterday. So simple, right? But when we want to say something didn't happen, that's when the blueprint changes a little.
Okay, pay attention here, because this is probably the most important rule you'll learn today. See how in the positive sentence, the verb watched is in the past? But look at the negative. We add didn't, and the main verb, watch, it goes right back to its original form. This is absolutely crucial.
And here's the why behind it, which makes it all make sense. The word did is already in the past tense. It does all the heavy lifting for the sentence. You only need to show the past tense once. So did takes care of it, and the main verb gets to just chill out in its simple base form.
And guess what? The same exact rule works for questions. It's so easy. Step 1, for a simple yes or no question, just kick it off with did. Did you watch the match? Step 2, if you need more information, start with a question word like what or where, then add did. And look at step 3, our golden rule. The main verb always stays in its base form. It's did you watch, never did you watched.
So we've got the blueprints for our sentences. Now we need the actual parts, the building blocks. And in the simple past, that means our verbs. There are really two main types you're going to be working with.
On one side, you have your regular verbs. These are your best friends. They're predictable, they follow a simple rule. Just add ed. But then you have the rebels of the verb world, the irregular verbs. These guys don't follow any rules at all, and each one has its own special past form that you just have to know.
Now for the regular verbs, the rules are just some simple spelling tweaks. Most of the time, just slop an ed on the end. If the verb already ends in e, like love, you just add the d. And if it ends in a consonant plus a y, like study, you just switch that y for an ied. See? Pretty straightforward.
Now for those irregular rebels. Look, there's no secret trick here. It really is just about memorizing them. But the good news is, you use these all the time already. Go becomes went, eat becomes ate, see becomes saw. You probably know most of these without even realizing it.
Awesome! We have our sentence structures, we have our verbs. But you know, a really good story needs context. It needs those little details. So let's add the finishing touches.
Think of these time expressions as little flags or signposts. They tell your listener exactly when the story took place. Words like yesterday, last week, or phrases like 2 days ago, they instantly signal that you're in the simple past. They are your best friends for making your timeline crystal clear.
And just look how perfectly they work in a sentence. I met him 2 years ago. That phrase just locks the event firmly in the past. Or, they finished the project in 2020. Again, in 2020 gives us that specific, finished point in time. It's these little details that make your story so much better.
We have built our new skill. Now, just like any good tool, it needs a little bit of maintenance. And that means learning how to spot and how to fix the most common mistakes people make.
Okay, here it is. This is probably the #1 mistake I see all the time. Remember our golden rule? Did is already in the past, so the main verb has to be in its base form. So it is never didn't went. It is always, always didn't go. Seeing them side by side like this really makes it stick, right?
And here's that exact same mistake, but this time in a question. It is so easy to accidentally say, did you saw? But you got to remember that rule. Did does the work, so the main verb is just see. Did you see her? That's the one.
So now, let's just see how all these rules come together in a totally normal, natural conversation. Person A asks, what did you do? That's our info question with a base verb. Person B answers with an irregular verb. I went to the beach. Then person A asks a yes-no question. Did you swim? And B gives a short answer. Yes, I did. We had fun. See? It all just flows perfectly when the rules are in the right place.
Okay, let's do one last final check of our key takeaways. Think of this as your cheat sheet. First, only use the simple past for actions that are 100% finished. Second, know your verbs, the regular ED ones and those unique irregular ones. And finally, the golden rule. For negatives and questions, always use did plus the base form of the verb. Got it?
And there you have it. You've got the blueprints, you've got the tools, and you've got the finishing touches. Your storytelling toolkit is officially ready to go. So really, the only question left is, what story from your past are you going to tell first?